What's up, coding fans? Here we are in Island Builder, and I know that we just kind of did this one, but we're going to play with this a little bit so that we can understand a little bit more about our coordinate system. So we have our array. We've got our empty island array, our empty sea array, stuff like that. But when we want to play with this, I'm going to mess with my heights and my widths. So let's go ahead and make a skinny island, like 2 wide. So we'll start at column 3. No, we'll start at column 5, and we'll end at column 6. All right? And then let's go ahead and go from 1 to 7. All right, so from row 1 to row 7. Okay, and what this does is it makes it 2 wide and 7 tall. All right, so there we are right here. Now, we're going to manipulate this a little bit more, and we're going to add another island. And what I'm really going to try and do is make the letter T with another island. So to show us how this happens, we're going to go ahead and we're going to look over here. So I already have this C, and I still want this else statement that says everywhere that is not an island, we need the C. But I do need an else if statement so that we can add another island. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this if statement that we have already. Select right there. We're going to come up. We're going to grab that. So notice it's in front of if, and then it ends right there before else. All right, and I'm going to copy that, and then I am going to paste it right there. All right, now we're going to get an error message, and that's fine. So we still have else island array, but we can't have an if statement directly following an if statement because then it would be, or we need it to be an else if statement. So I'm bringing my cursor right here in front of if, and I'm going to start typing ELSE space. All right, now if I run this again, it will look exactly the same because it's doing the same thing. I want to make the top of the letter T. So I think I'm going to have it starting at 2 and going to 9. So in this else if, we're going to start at 2 and we're going to go to 9. And so that's going to make it this wide from 2 to 9. But I also want it to be up here. So if we look at this, this is row 5, 6, 7. So how about 2 wide? So row 8 and row 9. So we're going to change row 8 to row 9. All right. And when we run this, you're going to see that we get our letter T. That's assuming I did this correctly. Here we go. All right, so there we go. We've got our 2 wide, our 5 to 6. So starting at 5, ending at 6, and then starting at row 1 down here and ending at row 7 up here. All right, and then with our the top of the T, we've got our 8, or our columns go from 2 to 9, and our rows, because we are continuing on, our first island ended at row 7, so our next island starts at 8 and ends at 9. So there we've got the letter T. All right, so your assignment is to take this letter T and turn it to the letter F. All right, so we've got some stuff to play with. So if you want to go ahead and try this on your own, you can go ahead and hit pause right here on the video, play with it a little bit, and then come back. But if you want to kind of get started, let's go ahead and get started. So I want this to be the same width. I just need to move it over 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I want it to go from column 2 to column 3. Well, if I want to move it over 3, that just means I subtract 3, move it to the left, which is in the negative direction. Move it to the left. I can just subtract 3 from each of my columns. So the other thing that may help you out is to comment stuff in and say, okay, comment. This one is going to be the left side, right? And then after this else if statement, I'm going to comment in, this is the top, right? So we've got that. So we want this to be the left side. So we want it to be the same height. We just want it to move over 3, move left 3. So left 3, so 5 minus 3 is 2 because we want it starting at 2, and we want it 2 wide, so it's ending at 3. All right, so let's go ahead and run this, see how this goes. All right, it's exactly where we want it to be. It's kind of glitching a little bit. We'll be okay. So all right, so we're back. I went ahead and just relaunched the program so that hopefully we won't get as much glitches. So now I need to add a third island, and I think I like it right here at rows 4 and 5, and I'm going to start it at 4 and end it at like 7. So let's do that. So we need to make another island, and the other benefit to commenting this stuff in is I think it does make it easier to code like right here. All right, so we need another island. Let's just copy that top island, copy, and then we're going to paste it right in front of this else statement. If I can get that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just right here, paste, there it is. All right, and then maybe I'll comment in C is right here, and we'll roll up here to this else. Okay, commenting in again, so middle. And this is kind of good practice to be in so that you can understand, like, so this is our left side, which is along in here. This is our top, which is this one. And then this will be our middle that we haven't coded yet. So we don't need it at column 2 and column 3, so I want to start at column 4. And then aesthetically, however you want it to look is fine, but I like it better when the middle island goes not as far as the top one. So I'm going to go ahead and say it ends right there at 7. So from 4 to 7. And then we need this to be too high. And I think, let's see, right here at 4 and 5 might be good. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So row 4, starting at row 4, ending at row 5. And we'll see what that looks like. We might need to do some editing, but we'll see. You know what, that looks pretty good. So this is just another way to kind of go about manipulating our islands, adding more islands and stuff like that. But it makes it a little bit, I don't know, it makes it so that we can have more control over what we want. And like I said in the last lesson, this is so much better than us just going through coding line by line on 144 different spots. So we have a pretty complex array of coordinates here just by kind of understanding where stuff is. So hopefully you understand our coordinate system a little bit better. The columns and rows, copy and paste is our friend as usual. And we will see you on the next lesson. Love you. Bye.